Morning everyone, my name is Sharath. I'm heading marketing here, like everyone introduced, and it was just coincidental that somebody had to do this, so coincidentally it had to be me. Happy to be part of this. So why now? This launch or flag off of LNG happened back in September 2022. I'll show some slides on that. And we are calling the media right now. Back then it was simple press release. The reason is this. There are trucks lined up and ready to go on the road. And in fact, last week some of them have already hit the road. You have posed a few questions. I would like to answer it after the presentation because the presentation will cover most of the aspects. It will be largely technical. I try my level best to put it in common language. So I'll take a couple of minutes to brief on what Volvo is, what has been our 25, 26 years journey in India right now. Most of you would be aware. We are broadly under 4 verticals globally: construction equipment, trucks, buses, as well as industrial engines under the brand name Penta. And trucks happen to be almost 2/3 of Volvo's business. Almost 67% last year came from trucks business. We are 97-year-old almost now, operating 190 countries, production in 18 countries, over 1 lakh employees globally. This is our core value pillars: safety, quality, and environmental care, and everything that we do speaks about these core values. Our journey in India started in 1996. Signing a MOU with Government of Karnataka. 98, this factory was up and running. The first truck rolled out. We have come a long, long way in 26 years. All of you are aware about Volvo as being a pioneer in the mining industry. We started initially on-road and then quickly switched to mining. You can see the red truck in 2002. We started with a 7-liter 270 horsepower engine. As we speak today, we are giving 13 liters 500 horsepower engines. And we are already in discussion to bring in maybe 17 liter 750 horsepower engines into India. Let's hope that happens within the next year or so. Lot of benchmarks, milestones which we have achieved. Service provided at the site. We built container workshops. We constantly increased our horsepowers. We started bringing in new technologies. iShift came in beginning of last decade. Volvo dynamic steering is another important feature of Volvo which we introduced in 2019 in India. Somewhere in between 2018, we diversified from mining into construction segments, irrigation, road construction, and 2019 we went back into on-road logistics because we felt, okay, with the introduction of GST, highways becoming good, this was the time for us to re-enter. And 4 years, just over 4 years now, we have 550 plus trucks running on Indian roads on logistics. We had a new platform launch in 2021, which went viral on the media. 2022, 2023, a lot of things happening. 2022, we started the trials with the LNG in India. 23, we brought in even electric into India. End of 23, we decided to showcase an entire gamut of new transport solutions. Whatever Volvo is doing globally, we thought this is the time we bring it into India. Which is where we talk about higher capacity mining trucks, say fruit trains, so all of these alternate fuel technologies. So that is happening right now. This is the factory where we are sitting, which has a test track. We assemble trucks, buses, also Volvo cars here. We have a regional workshop. We have a central parts depot. Everything is within this premises. Our focus segments: mining, which also includes mineral transport, which can be say iron ore, steel transport, or coal transport, institutional sales. All of this comes under one vertical. Construction and infra, which includes irrigation, road construction. We also cater to the granite and marble quarries, tunneling, be it railway, road tunnels, hydel power projects. Then on road, we are into express cargo big time. We also want to go into POL, container movements, P2B, over-dimensional cargoes. We are by far the market leaders. This is our current portfolio in India. 6, 7 different configuration of trucks coming out of this factory under mining, construction, and on-road. Beyond this, any other special inquiries come, say, from defense or fire tenders or something like that. One, either we can assemble here, or if it is too tailor-made a spec, we import it as CBA from Sweden. On the right-hand side, you see all the global solutions which we have either introduced in India or in the process of introducing. We have protos ready which are under testing in India. Okay, now we come to the discussion where why we have assembled here. Many of you have already seen this particular slide, Volvo wanting to be net zero by 2040. As we stand now, 2024, we already have diesel solutions which are capable of running on biodiesel too. We already have LNG solutions right from 2017 with the new technology, which I'll talk about in the next slide onwards. And our trucks are already capable of running on bio LNG also. Electric, we started in 2019. Heavy duty electric from 2022. So that is also a full-fledged solution from us globally as well as in India. We have already developed protos of fuel cell electric, which have been under testing for the past couple of years in Sweden. Maybe next year end is when that would be introduced globally. So we are investing in all kinds of technologies. We have to wait and watch what takes up the major pie. As we look at it now, by 2040, we will have nothing to do with fossil fuels. Even if we have ICE engines, it will be on bio LNG or biodiesel, which is a small portion. Largely, we will be with battery electric or fuel cell electric. This is how we see going ahead. If anything changes, we are ready for those changes. Okay, now we come to LNG. I am sure all of you would know what LNG is, how LNG comes into India. Do you want me to cover it? Maybe within a minute or so?
It's fine, I think it's fine.
So, why LNG?
But
So,
maybe still you may want to touch upon in case there is anyone who is new. That might help actually.
A quick brief.
Yeah.
right. So, LNG is nothing but methane purified, taken out of oil wells as a gas, methane, and then purified, taking out propane, CO2 and all. So this pure methane is actually liquefied, say in Qatar or say Russia, put into a LNG tanker, and then it is shifted around the world. Say it comes to the H terminal in India, where it is offloaded into a terminal. We have some 7 terminals operational on the coast, west and east coast of India. So from the terminal, it is loaded onto 2 ways. One, it can be gasified and pumped into the pipeline, gas pipeline, which can go into CGD or any other applications. 2, if it has to be used as LNG, as a transport fuel, it has to be offloaded into a truck with a LNG tanker. And then it has to go on the truck to anywhere in India where the LNG stations are. So that question which came, as of today, we have 12 operational LNG stations across India. So from the truck, it is offloaded into the tank available at any LNG station, where it is stored at say -130, -140 degrees, and then offloaded into the LNG truck tank. So this is the value chain. Now, why LNG? Initially, we talk about environmental benefits, and then we come into the economics. So, if we take the fossil LNG, CO2 emissions is straight away 20% lesser. And if we use bio LNG, it can be 100% lesser. And also there are other benefits on particulate matter, absolutely no. SOx, NOx levels are much. SOx is almost 90%, NOx is also almost that low. So this is the environmental benefit. Now coming to the economics, why LNG is better? One difference here in comparison with diesel is measured in liter, LNG generally in kgs. So a kg of LNG has the same energy of almost 1.4 liter of diesel. So this equation is what brings out these economics on LNG compared to the diesel. Added to that, the price of LNG versus diesel also helps because as we speak today, LNG per kg is about approximately 8 to 10% lesser than diesel. This can sometimes go haywire if at all there are some global crises, Russia-Ukraine war. It went at least 20-30% higher than diesel in those crisis years. But right now it is approximately 10% lower than diesel.
10%?
Lower than diesel on LNG on a per kg basis. So one lesser cost fuel plus higher energy content, both put together amounts to a savings on your transport cost. Now I'll come to a very interesting slide. Many of you, if you have heard about the LNG truck technology, you feel that, oh, it is nothing but a CNG engine with spark plug, gas goes in, you spark it, burn it, it acts as a petrol engine. We use very different technology. We use something called HPDI, high pressure direct injection technology. So the basic difference is between a diesel and auto cycle or a petrol cycle. So we all know from the cars which we have driven, between a petrol and diesel car, there is at least 15, 20, 25% difference in fuel economy per liter. The same thing applies here too. Since we are using a compression ignition or a diesel cycle, we can very confidently claim that we would be at least 20-25% better fuel efficient on a LNG truck compared to any other truck in the world, LNG truck in the world, because we are the only ones who is using this particular technology. So what is new? I'll show an animation which will tell you how LNG goes through our engine and how the technology works. But to put it very simply, one, we use diesel cycle, we don't use spark plug, which gives us an additional advantage. We can go into all these hazardous areas where spark ignited vehicles are not allowed. We can go there very safely. We have better fuel efficiency. HPDI is actually lower emissions compared to a spark ignited LNG truck. What you see there is the LNG powered engine, and the next is a cut section of the LNG tank. We show you the tank outside, but what is inside? LNG tank is like a thermos flask between two layers of steel, very thick steel compared to diesel, and then there is vacuum in between. So because LNG is stored at minus 135, minus 140 degrees in the tank, so it should not be at any point of time in contact with the ambient air. Reason, it evaporates, and if it evaporates, the pressure in the tank increases and it starts venting out. So one difference again with regard to other technologies, we have a pump inside the tank, which nobody else has. I'll tell you the significance. So this is how the circuit is in our truck. What you see on the left hand side is the gas circuit. What you see on the right hand side is a diesel circuit. Now, why do we need diesel? Gas doesn't auto-ignite. We are using a compression ignition. If it's a simply send gas there and we compress it, it cannot ignite like diesel. So we are sending very small amount of diesel into the combustion chamber. It is never mixed with the gas. It's only in the combustion chamber that initially gas is pumped in, which auto-ignites like any other diesel engine. It's just 5% gas as against 95% LNG. So once the diesel auto-ignites in the combustion chamber, we pump in the LNG, which is 95%. Because there is already a flame inside the combustion chamber, the gas catches fire, and power is actually given by the gas, not by the diesel. Although we have a diesel tank, we have a heat system, gas is actually running the truck. So this will explain the technology better.
Range is possible. The tank is filled with liquefied gas. The gas is stored in a cryogenic vacuum isolated tank at minus 130 to 140 degrees Celsius. Inside the tank is a hydraulically driven pump that raises the LNG to system pressure, and a vaporizer at the end of the pump converts the LNG back to the form of gas, high pressure CNG, around 300 bars. The CNG gas is delivered to the engine via IGM, Integrated Gas Module. Here the pressure and temperature is controlled. If needed, the gas is kept in the module until the right pressure has been worked up. When ready, it's released and continues its way to the GCM, the gas conditioning module inside the engine. The GCM regulates the pressure delivered to the gas rails and injectors according to the engine operating point. In order to ignite the gas, a very small amount of diesel is needed. The smart fuel injector uses concentric needles to enable diesel and gas in the same injector. The pressure ignites the mixture and the engine starts running. When the engine is switched off, the gas shutoff valve on the engine is closed and any gas remaining in the engine injectors and gas rails is vented out. The engine needs to be vented down because diesel rail pressure controls the injector gas needles. The venting prevents the injectors to open when they shouldn't. A smart module called RTT, Return to Tank, directs the vented gas back to the tank so that it can be reused. This also ensures that as little gas as possible is vented out in the atmosphere.
So this is something you will see only on a Volvo truck, not in any other truck globally, HPDI technology. Okay, now advantages of HPDI technology, we don't have any loss of power or torque compared to our diesel counterpart. The power and torque curves given here is in comparison with our existing diesel engine, 13 liter 420 horsepower. The gas engine exactly gives the same power and torque. So coming to the range and tank capacity, somebody was asking earlier. So we have decided to bring in the highest capacity tank available in our portfolio right now, 225 kgs. With the trials that we have run in India, approximately 1100 kilometers is possible with this particular tank. Of course, this value may change depending on the kind of road, load, the temperature of LNG at which you are filling. So that can happen, but roughly we can take this value. Coming to safety aspects, some of you may think LNG, whether it is safe or not, we have conducted all kinds of tests. So the tank, which is actually the most delicate part of the truck, has been dropped from a 9-meter height and it is safe. It has been shaken for a long period of time, put on a fire, frontal collision, sideways collision, rollover tests, everything has been done. It has survived the grind. So as a tank, it is very safe. As a fuel, it is very safe. The only problem is that it is very, very cold. So as long as you have your PPEs intact, nothing is going to happen. Because if at all the gas comes out of the tank, it just immediately evaporates. Methane being lighter than air, it just dissipates in the air. No explosion possibility.
What is the material of the tank?
Steel.
Regular steel.
Dual layer capacity. So coming to safety aspects of our truck, on this LNG truck, what we have decided, we will give the topmost safety features. That is the truck. This is the cockpit of the truck. This is the dashboard where you will see on the left hand side LNG levels, on the right hand side diesel as well as AdBlue levels. So there are few buttons on or switches in the truck which you will not see in any other trucks, even in our diesel trucks. So those are the ADAS features. One, we have the driver alert system. If he is drowsy, the AI software detects it and gives a warning. We have lane departure warning, lane keeping support. We have a camera facing the road. We have a sensor as well as we have a radar. All three facing the front. So using those, we can have this lane departure as well as lane keeping support. And then we have the most important forward collision warning with emergency braking. So if at all driver is drowsy, usually in the night, as he goes closer to the truck in the front, there is a heads-up display, red lights popping up on the windshield. He doesn't do anything, there is an audio alarm. In spite of that, if the driver doesn't do anything, the truck takes over, it will brake on its own. And our brakes are really powerful. We use electronic braking system. So these are the safety features which will be standard on our LNG trucks. Little bit on our 1.5 years journey. So this is where we flagged off in Nagpur in the presence of GAIL and Vedanath LNG. So after that, we have been running around Nagpur, around Chennai, West Coast, Bhiwandi, Jaipur, filling at Ahmedabad. So wherever there is fuel available, we have been running. In applications like express cargo, in coal transport around western coal fields, we have transported aggregate on the Samruddhi Mahamarg. We have also tested against our diesel to understand how better is it compared to our diesel. So all of these tests we have done. The proto truck has run over 1 lakh kilometers, and now our 20 odd trucks are already on the road. Yes, that was a brief technicals on what LNG is.